Batting ninth will be senior Kyron Stocking. Batting lineup brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. When it comes to your health, you deserve quality and effective care. At Physical at Heber Valley, we work with you to understand your health and wellness goals and create a customized plan to get your desired outcome. Austin Brown steps into the box. 426 batting average. Had a great series against Timpview. Takes ball one. Now swing and a miss for strike one. It's 1-1. Opening pitch brought to you by Mountain Refined. Nestled in the heart of the Heber Valley, Mountain Refined has been a trusted community staple for over 30 years. Another swing and a miss on the outside corner for strike two. It's a 1-2 count. On the mound for Maple Mountain, sophomore Caven Carter, a 1.75 ERA, 20 innings pitched on the year. He's 3-0, has 4 walks and 15 Ks. And that's a nice off-speed pitch that comes in on the back door for strike three. And that'll be a strikeout looking for Caven Carter to get things started here at Maple Mountain. Batting second will be the sophomore shortstop Braxton Fowler. He's also above 400 on the season. 409, 17 runs scored, 14 RBIs, and 3 doubles on the season. That one misses low and outside for ball one. Beautiful day here at Maple Mountain High School. Not a lot of wind, maybe a slight breeze going out to left field. Field's looking in great condition as well. The 1-0 is going to be swung on, foul towards the Wasatch dugout for strike one. 1-1 count. Wasatch wearing their all-gray pinstripe uniforms today. Maple Mountain in their all-white pins. Fowler back into the box with the 1-1 count. One away here in the top of the first. Carter into the windup, delivers the 1-1. It's off speed. This one's going to be roped just foul. And that'll move the count to 1-2. Little hanging off speed pitch on the inside port of the plate that Fowler hit solidly, but foul down the down the left field line. Back into the box is Fowler. The pitch is going to be another off speed. This one's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Carter fields it cleanly, throws it to first, and that'll be 2 outs here in the top of the first. Maple Mountain comes into this game with a state best ERA below 3. Have not given up a lot of runs. Shut out Spanish Fork twice in their 2-game series against Spanish Fork. Also have 19 home runs hit on the season, so they can do it on both sides of the plate. It's going to bring up Grant Mahoney. He'll take, that one's in at the belt for strike one. 320 batting average for Grant Mahoney. 6 runs scored, 13 RBIs, has 7 extra base hits on the year. The 0-1 count from Carter. That one's high and inside, just misses Mahoney, and that'll move the count to 1-1. The 1-1, Mahoney will go with it the opposite way. Nice little line drive single for Grant Mahoney with 2 away. Extends the inning, and Wasatch has their first hit of the day on the single from Mahoney. Went with the off-speed pitch the opposite way, got it over the second baseman's head, and Wasatch has their first base runner. It'll bring up Colden Hafen, 385 on the season, 6 runs scored, 7 RBIs, 1 double. Had 3 hits in the last game against Timpview, 3 singles, including 2 RBIs. That one pitch is low and outside for strike one. 0-1 count. Hafen right on the line there on the right-hand side of the batter's box. Carter working out of the stretch for the first time. The 0-1. Slide step delivery just below the knees for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Hafen. Decent lead for Mahoney over at first base with 2 away here in the top of the first. No score. Carter comes set, takes a couple of looks, now delivers, goes with the off-speed. Hafen will foul that one off to the Wasatch dugout. On the third base side, keeps the count at 0-2. Mahoney gets another half a step over at first base with the 0-2 count. 1 look. Pause, delivers, and goes upstairs. Swing and a miss. The second strikeout of the inning for Carter and Maple Mountain, and Wasatch is retired. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the first. First inning action brought to you by Mountain West Trailers. Knows you value strength and reliability. Our utility trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo for your business and dump trailers for tough jobs or open trailers for everything in between. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers stands tall. Visit them at mountainwesttrailer.com. Again, first inning action brought to you also by the Dairy King. Throughout the years, the menu at the Dairy King has expanded beyond just the traditional burgers, fries, and shakes to include non-traditional seasonal items and the best gluten-free menu in the state. Winners of Best in State for over 20 years. We'll go ahead and take us around the diamond. On the mound today for Wasatch will be the senior right-hander Blake Sweat, 2-2 on the season, 23 and a third innings pitched, 28 strikeouts in those 23rd innings pitched, and also has a 3.0 ERA. He'll be throwing to Micah Dahl behind the dish, starting at first base, Grant Mahoney, second base, Jack Salmon. Shortstop will be Braxton Fowler, third base, Bridger Shaw. Your outfield today for Wasatch will be seniors Kyron Stocking, freshman Austin Brown in center, and in right field, Eddie Bluth. Leading off for the Golden Eagles will be A.J. Thomas. Thomas, finally a senior, has been a four-year starter for the Golden Eagles, a .404 batting average on the season. Also has 22 runs scored and 14 RBIs. He'll step in on the right-handed batter's box. Also has 7 doubles and a home run on the season. He'll be followed by Cole Erickson and Kai Chrisman, the designated hitter. Blake goes in on the inside corner for strike one. Blake's been good, dealt with the knee injury, took a couple weeks off. This is going to be a high chopper that's going to get over the third baseman's head. It's going to get away from Stocking. Thomas rounds, but he'll stay at first base despite the bobble in left field, and a leadoff single there for the senior shortstop. Going to bring up Cole Erickson, a .294 batting average on the season for the senior. Has 13 runs scored, 6 RBIs, and 1 double. He as well steps in on the right-handed batter's box, playing right field today for the Golden Eagles. Thomas, good speed over at first base. Sweat working out of the stretch for the first time. Slight leg kick, hits the spot below the knees for strike one. On the season, Maple Mountain team has a .320 batting average. Again, 29 doubles, 2 triples, and 19 home runs on the season. Sweat, a longer pause this time. Comes back with a fastball. That one's in for a strike as it's fouled straight back for strike two. 0-2 the count. Sweat filling it up early here for the Wasps. All strikes so far for the senior right-hander. Sweat comes set, takes a peek at Thomas, who's gradually creeping off the bag. Takes a second look. It's a huge lead from Thomas over a second, and Blake's going to finally step off the back of the mound. Again, 0-2 count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Wasatch was retired with 1 hit. Maple gets a leadoff hit here from Thomas. The 0-2. Thomas is going to go, and it's going to be off the back of Erickson. Hit by pitch is going to be the first freebie of the day for Blake. And Maple's got the first 2 guys on ahead of Cy Chrisman, the junior designated hitter today on the season, a .370 batting average. Also has 24 runs scored, 32 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 11 home runs. He has really filled it up. 15 extra base hits for the junior. First pitch is going to be off the mark. It's going to get away from Dahl. Both runners are going to be able to advance. I think Dahl saw Thomas give a little fake out at second base, came up a little bit quick, and now both runners advance into scoring position. First ball, well, hit by pitch would be a ball, but so a 1-0 count here to Chrisman with runners on second and third. And Coach McCoy says, we're not going to mess with Chrisman. He's going to go ahead and load it up, and that'll put runners on every base, still nobody out. Showing a little bit of respect there to the number 3 hitter. It'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Windward. And part of the reason why Maple's been good. .457 for the cleanup guy. 13 runs scored, 13 RBIs on the season. He as well has 7 extra base hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. So walk the 11-run home run guy to bring up the 3 home run guy. Wasatch is going to have corners in on first and third. Double play depth up the middle. First pitch below the knees, but gets the called strike. 0-1 count. Sweat back working out of the windup with the bases loaded. The 0-1 swung on, fouled down the right field side. 0-2 now the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Wasatch was retired with Mahoney getting a lone single. Maple has started single, hit by pitch, and intentional walk. The 0-2 nearly gets him to check swing, and the ball in the dirt doesn't do it, and that'll move the count to 1-2. On deck will be the first baseman, Chase Johnston. The 1-2 gets a big strikeout right at the belt. That's the first Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game for Blake Sweat. Gravity Coalition offering best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more. It's going to bring up Chase Johnston, a 244 batting average, 6 runs scored, 6 RBIs on the season, and 2 doubles. Big time strikeout there. It's going to bring up lefty Johnston, who's playing first base today. Johnston, a senior. That pitch is going to miss for ball 1. That one misses high for ball 2, so a 2-0 count now to the lefty. Senior. Johnston just got word is committed to play at BYU. Lefty. The 2-0 swung on, elevated to deep left field. It's going back, and going to be gone. A 1-out grand slam for the lefty senior, and Maple Mountain gets going early with a grand slam home run from Johnston. Recently, Maple Mountain moved their fence in. It used to be deep like Wasatch, 345 down the corners and 390 to center field. Instead, they've moved it in about 310, 315 to 350 to center field, similar to the St. George schools. And frankly, that's probably an out at Wasatch's field. It's going to get out here at Maple Mountain, and Maple has a 4-run lead on just 2 hits. Again, a hit by pitch. They intentionally walked Chrisman, who's committed to play at Oklahoma State. It's going to bring up now Jeremiah Hall, who will take ball 1. Hall, 298 batting average on the season. 12 runs scored, 11 RBIs, and also has a home run. Misses with that one as well, so a 2-0 count. The 2-0 swung on, elevated foul out of play for strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Tough to get behind this Maple Mountain team. Mentioned the extra base hits, just again to emphasize 29 doubles, 2 triples, and 19 home runs on the season. And they back it up on the field with a 195. I was said we were below 3. Instead, a 195 ERA for this Maple Mountain team. They're good all around. And so a 4-run cushion is usually enough for this Maple Mountain team, but Wasatch has fought all season. See if they can come back. It's bottom of the first, so plenty of baseball left to go here on a beautiful Tuesday. The 4-0, nice little off-speed pitch is going to go to the 5-6 hole. Faller's going to get it, but he's not going to have a play at first base. An infield single for Hall. 3rd hit of the inning for Maple Mountain. 2 of those hits kind of broken bat, just hitting the ground ball in the right spot. But Maple Mountain gets things back going after the grand slam. Still only 1 away, 4 runs in the inning. And Maple Mountain now has another base runner. It's going to bring up the catcher, Nate Wheeler. Wheeler on the season. Only a 125 batting average. Has 1 RBI. Senior. Hall, only a freshman, that last batter. Takes a big lead over at first base. It's going to be swung on off the plate. It's going to get fair. Another swinging bunt. Dahl's going to try to make a play. He's going to airmail it into right field. It's going to get out of play as there's no fence down the right field side. And I think runners will have to stop at 2nd and 3rd on the air. And right now, Maple Mountain just hitting it in the right spots at the right time.
Well, Wasatch, fortunate that ball went out of play, Ty. as Hall was heading first to third all the way. So he would have been there with the error without, but since that ball went out of play, they're going to make him retreat back over to the third base. So Wasatch, strangely enough, from the error actually gets a little bit of an opportunity here. If you can get a strikeout, maybe have a chance to get out of this inning without further damage.
It's going to bring up the center fielder, Leifson, a senior. 429 batting average, 14 runs scored, 13 RBIs. Has 5 doubles and a home run on the season. Blake's going to go back to working out of the windup with runners on second and third and lands the first pitch for a strike.
I was looking down for just a minute, Ty. Who was that error on in that last one? Dahl up on that ball?
Yeah. The 0-1. That one's going to be elevated in the infield. Shaw and Fowler will come over. Fowler will call off Shaw, and Wasatch has 2 away on the pop out to the shortstop.
Well, that's what you need, Ty. Get out of this one here on this batter, and that overthrow is going to turn out being a better situation for you. Sorry, time scrambling, just showing up here with you. Who's that last batter? Trying to get that down on my book as well. Leifson over here. Fast and furious start there, isn't it? This lineup is just so potent all the way through. You can walk, sigh, but right afterwards you're going to have some power down the lineup all the way through.
That one's in for a strike to the second baseman, Hyatt, junior. Second pitch is also in there for a strike, so an 0-2 count here to the number 9 hitter, 205 batting average on the season. The 0-2 goes with the off speed, goes off the mask of Dahl, not able to get the tip ball, and we'll reset at an 0-2 count. Top of the order up on deck, for Maple Mountain. Balls get scuffed up a little too much, going off the face mask. Coach McCoy coming out, making sure Dahl's okay, taking one right off the face. Wasatch trying to get out of a big inning already for Maple. It was a grand slam from Chase Johnston, the BYU commit. That one's in the dirt. Dahl does a good job of smothering it. Keeps runners on second and third, 1-2 count.
I think BYU likes him for his arm, though, right, Ty? I mean, that grand slam's just an added bonus here for Maple Mountain. They like him on the mound at BYU.
Ball's going to get away from Dahl, and that'll bring in the 5th run of the inning, as Hall will come in and moves the runner to third as well. It's now 5-0 for Maple.
Well, Ty, we didn't get a chance to talk too much about the keys to the game in the Dairy King pregame show. And, I mean, you're going up against the number 1 team in the state. They've got a 1.95 ERA, 19 home runs on the year. You just got to be perfect. Already you've got walks that have scored, errors, and now a pass ball. 3 freebies right here in the inning alone. Wasatch's going to have to clean this up if they have any shot at beating this team.
Ooh, pretty nice curveball there that the umpire doesn't like. It's going to fill up the count at 3-2.
Well, and you're going to need some calls from the umpire, Ty. Need that one if you're going to
need that one. That's a great pitch on a 3-2. Instead, it's going to be a fastball. It's going to be elevated to right field. Eddie Bluth will settle underneath it. Makes the can of corn catch, and Wasatch finally gets out of the inning, but not before 5 runs come in on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 5-0 Maple Mountain as we go into the second. Second inning action brought to you by Smiles by Design, brightening lives and instilling confidence and inspiring wellness. Enjoy welcoming, personalized dental care that leaves a lasting impression at Smiles by Design. Also, our keys to the game. Also, second inning action brought to you by UCCU, an organization rooted in the credit union philosophy of people helping people. UCCU, love where you bank. And finally, Heber Valley Chamber. The Heber Valley Chamber exists to build and be a part of a community where residents, visitors, and businesses thrive. Our mission is to promote tourism, connect businesses, and unite our community. Leading it off for Wasatch will be 5'6'7", Bridger Shaw, Blake Sweat, and Micah Dahl, the 3 seniors.
Leading off for the Wasps, third baseman number 12, Bridger Shaw.
Shaw comes into today's game a .312 batting average, second on the team, tied on the team for the lead in 18 RBIs, also has 5 doubles on the year. First pitch misses for ball one. As good as Carter's been on the season, hasn't landed many first pitch strikes today. In the 4 batters, only landed 1 first pitch strike. That one misses outside. 2-0 now the count here to Shaw. On deck again is Blake Sweat and then Micah Dahl. The 2-0 swung on. It's going to be a sawed-off ground ball to the second baseman. Hyatt fields it cleanly, throws it to first. 1 away.
Well, Bridger got in a situation he wanted, up 2-0, looking for the fastball, got it, but it's just a better spot. Tyler, fastball kind of running in on the hands, and Bridger couldn't get caught up to it. Sawed him off, and you got one out here.
Brings up Blake Sweat, has had a great senior season in the box and on the mound. In the box, 340, 16 runs scored, 16 RBIs, 3 doubles and 3 triples. Another miss with the first pitch, moves the count to 1-0. That one's going to be swung on, chopped to shortstop. Thomas makes the play, throws it across the diamond in time. 2 away on 2 ground balls to the middle infield. Remember at Micah Dahl, 311 batting average on the season, 14 RBIs, including a 3-run bomb in the last game on Friday against Timpview. Kind of one of those moments, Ty, that he's going to be telling his kids a long time.
For the rest of his life,
right?
yeah.
Gets beamed
after they hit me intentionally, then I hit a dead center.
Hit center bomb. Caused a little bit of emotion there at Timpview. He's going to come up and foul off the first pitch for strike 1. 311 on the year.
Question is how far that hit's going to become over the years, right? Hit it pretty good, about 380 probably. But by the time he's telling that 20 years from now, that's 480, right? I mean, he smashed that thing 20 years from now.
0-1, also in there for a strike. Now 0-2.
Such a deep team here at Maple Mountain, Ty. You mentioned earlier, but seeing some of these players for years, 2, 3, 4-year starters on this team.
The 0-2 misses outside.
Some that you've already seen the impact on, Ty. You've got some underclassmen like Cy Chrisman, who's got 11 home runs, hasn't had a chance to be a 3 or 4-year starter yet. But over at first, Johnston, Thomas, these guys have been around for 3 or 4 years.
Another ground ball to the shortstop. Thomas gets the long hop, takes his time, fires it across the diamond in time. It's 3 ground balls, 3 outs, no runs, no hits, no errors here in the top of the second. Wasatch is retired in order, and we'll move to the bottom of the second, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway or visit them at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Also brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. You'll always find the best deals and expert service with your local Napa Auto Parts store. Stop by today for all your auto part needs, from headlights to batteries and much, much more. Located at 105 North Main in Heber City. And finally, Country Garden and Nursery, Heber's only locally owned and operated plant nursery. Country Garden and Nursery has everything you need for your gardens. And don't forget to stop by the indoor plant and decor shop at Country Gardens and Nursery. I'm going to pose a different question at you than I normally do. We have such great sponsors, and normally I ask you like NIL deal. Mm-hmm. How about the sponsor where your wife takes the paycheck you make from the broadcasting and just already has it spent because they're already gone? Because for my wife, it's Country Garden and Nursery. Like, she's already asked me, when are we getting that paycheck from the spring?
Country Gardens and Nursery for sure is up there. Ty, Mountain Refined is going to be up there quite a bit as well. They've got some amazing stuff over there at Mountain Refined. We can spend all of it pretty quickly. I just tell you flat out there, Ty. Wouldn't be a problem for us. We've got some fantastic sponsors. But it's that time of year, Country Gardens and Nursery. The thing about them, though, Ty, is you get some stuff pretty affordable at Country Gardens and Nursery. You head over there. I don't think you need the whole paycheck to get your yard filled up over there.
Well, it is. It's very well priced. They end up buying a lot because it's such a well priced. That's what my wife, it's a weekly occurrence, her going over there. We're going to be top of the order up for Maple Mountain, who lead 5-0. And tell you, it wasn't a bad inning for Blake Sweaty. You go through it. It was a high chopper over the third baseman's head. It was a bad hit by pitch, an intentional walk, gets the strikeout, gives up the home run that, again, I think Stocking gets probably if they're playing at Wasatch. Another single that was an infield single, just hitting the right spot. Just right spots at the right time. Blake wasn't bad in that first inning. Nonetheless, it's 5-0 and a 1-1 count here to the shortstop, Thomas. Goes with the off speed that misses for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Thomas, one of those 4-year starters, caught as a freshman, now settled in as the shortstop. Another curveball in there for strike 2. 2-2 now the count.
Yeah, you remember he had some emotion problems when he was younger, Ty. That freshman year, he had a memorable game where he was tossed out of the game.
2-2 is going to be elevated down the right field line. Bluth coming over, and the high pop fly is caught. And Wasatch has the first out of the inning.
But Thomas has turned into a really nice player, Ty. Everything's pretty smooth out there. Remember, he switch hits. I don't know if he does that anymore, Ty, but we've seen him hit from the right and from the left. And just pretty good player here for Maple all the way around.
Arm strength is a noticeable difference already, Ty, from that shortstop position. Takes his time, fires it across the diamond. It's been good. It's going to bring up Cole Erickson, senior right fielder, was hit by pitch in his first at-bat after falling down 0-2. He'll take strike 1.
Blake looks good early on to me, Ty. I think the scoreboard's going to be a little misleading over here. Like you said, that chopper, you get a freebie with the intentional walk.
The swinging bunt that ends up going into right field.
Yeah, error, right, pass ball, a few runs that came across, and then before you know it, you're down by a lot when you get the pop flies that go out of this yard. They moved in the fence several years ago, and it's made a difference for this team.
Nice pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And what a great move, I might add, too, Ty. Bringing it in the fence, it just makes the game so much more exciting, so much more fun.
Tries to go back inside again. That time a little bit too far inside, and that'll move the count to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch goes back on the inside corner, freezes them. Strike 3. Second Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game for Blake Sweat.
Oh, that's a great spot from Blake, painting the spot exactly where you wanted it. Crisp, clean, right on the edge. It's a great pitch. This is a great matchup here. Power matchup with Crispin going against Blake Sweat.
Again, the junior already committed to play at Big 12 Oklahoma State University.
That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah, not bad.
He's just following a Wasatch boy and Noah Turley, who played there a couple years ago, Ty.
Nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. 370 on the season, 32 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 11 bombs. And that wind's blowing out towards that church out there in left field. Not a hard breeze. It really is a beautiful day for the ballpark. The 0-1. Goes with the off speed. Hits the outside corner again. Now it's an 0-2 count. Blake's hitting the spots.
Yeah, where do you go here, though, Ty? You don't want to show him 2 pitches in a row like that. So that break ball either needs to be in the dirt.
Staying on the outside. They get him. They get him on the check swing ball in the dirt. Back-to-back strikeouts from Gravity Coalition for Blake Sweat, and Wasatch retires the side. 1-2-3. Good bounce back inning. Still 5-0 as we go into the third. Third inning action brought to you by Big O Tires. Get ready to rev up your savings with Big O Tires. Whether you're looking for the best tire deals or unbeatable service specials, you'll find everything you need to keep your vehicle in top shape while keeping more money in your wallet at Big O Tires. Third inning action also brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, a public comprehensive behavioral health center providing a variety of services designed to meet the needs of children, youth, adults, and their families. And lastly, Robar's Collision, who have built their business on exceptional care, collision repair, and are proud to boast a 98.7 satisfaction rating, which is one of the highest in the business. Got NFL draft week, Ty. Do you get into the draft, mock
not
drafts?
At all. Nope, not at all.
Don't care.
I think it's quite a waste of time over there. Yeah. Although I know people love to make money off of it, I can't believe how much the NFL has gotten people to buy into just looking at names on papers over here, right? That's what they do with this. And floating out so-and-so is going to trade with so-and-so, and where's Sanders going to go? There's this bait out there that no one really cares. He's a first-round draft pick, and, yeah, they get you talking quite a bit about it.
I love it.
You eat it up, right?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it. But
well, that's why they can get away with it. You got people like you. They're like, exactly, right? They know people are craving football, and they just eat up this stuff. And then you get guys like Trey Lance and Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence that get drafted 1, 2, 3 in a row that do nothing in the NFL.
1-0 here to Eddie Bluth. Bluth comes in 250, 19 runs scored, a couple of RBIs, but an incredible on-base percentage of over 500. It's a 1-1 count now as it's ball 1, strike 1. He'll be followed by Kyron Stocking, then back up to the top of the order to Brown. Outside corner for strike 2.
Ty, the NFL draft, I guess I should take that back. It is kind of fun to talk about it, but, I mean, it's just so much talk, isn't it? I mean, they beat
definitely.
these guys down that have proven they're winners. And
the 1-2's elevated to left field. He's going to push the left fielder back, but he'll make the play for the first out of the inning. Travis Hunter, you interested in that? Is he generate? I mean, they're comparing him to Shohei. And
I know these guys have always done this type, but I'm kind of surprised at the cojones that some of these athletes have. Like, you see him saying, I'm going to retire from football if you don't let me play both ways. Like, it's a really bold thing for a guy to say when teams are trying to see if you're a good team player, draftable type guy, and saying, I'm done if you don't let me play both ways. Or how about Ashton Genty? You see the letter he wrote to all the teams?
No, I didn't see that.
So basically, I'm going to come here and do what Saquon Barkley did. Don't pass me up. Like he's some kind of 3rd or 4th round pick. And Ty, he's going to be a top 10 pick. I don't know why he's writing this angry letter over here, but
just marketing, right?
Yeah,
it's
I think
resume.
that's what these guys do. Yeah, marketing.
0-2 the count, the stalking.
I think his numbers speak for himself.
And it's going to be a ground ball to the right side, easily fielded, and throw wasn't
Not
great.
Easily thrown, yeah.
But a great play there from is that Johnston over at first, and he's able to hold on to the bag.
That was a tough play for the lefty. He had to reach back across his body, and Johnson at first base and snagged that one back in. Still was able to get a foot back on the bag. Pretty good job.
Bringing up the freshman, Austin Brown. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Had a really good series against Timview. In that last game, we ended up going 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. He leads the team with 24 RBIs. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's a high chopper once again to the second baseman. And another ground ball. That makes it now 6 ground balls in a row for the Wasps. Another inning that is retired in order. 1, 2, 3. And it's still 5-0 as we go into the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Located at 2nd North Main in Camas on your way at Mirror Lake Station Highway. Winners of Best In-State Donuts and Tie Thursday. The rumor is that you can get Mirror Lake State Donuts at Wasatch's home game.
Number 1 team in the state coming in, and Mirror Lake Station Donuts. It's a good day at the ballpark, Ty.
Better bring your A game that day, right? Like that's a little bit of a pressure there.
I don't know if we're going to have you on the air. You might be sneaking around grabbing donuts all day. Get an automated system for you to broadcast. Call balls and strikes like the robots in the MLB.
Little AI action, right? There's got to be an app out there that broadcasts, Also, third inning action brought to you by Timberline Ace Hardware. They're all about being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know you best. That's another one, Ty. Like sprinkler situations happening right now. They've got everything. Can easily spend a little bit of money over there getting your yard because they have everything you need in order to get your yard in top shape. How about this field, Ty? I mean, I know this isn't one of your favorites, but this field looks great right now.
It does look good.
Grass.
I mean, it's moving up quickly, Ty.
It's great.
So why I used to not like this field, Ty, is you remember the grass would be so long, it'd be hard to get through. It's not that way anymore. They've done a really good job. The grass is mowed down really low. The ball rolls smooth. This one's quickly moving on. And I like the fence being pulled in, Ty. I think it's a great field.
How do you like the kind of field of dreams where you don't close in the field? What are your thoughts on that? Get to sit right there, no field. You have Spanish Fork, who has a similar situation down their right field side.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. You got some thoughts on it?
I kind of like it, actually.
You like it open? Get the fans on top of it?
Yeah. Mike Winward, Chase Johnston, and Jeremiah Hall will lead it off here for Maple Mountain. That's 4-5-6. First pitch strike, second pitch ball. So 1-1 the count. Winward struck out looking in his first at bat. 457 on the year for Winward, junior left fielder. 7 extra base hits on the season, including 3 home runs. The 1-1. A little off speed on the inside corner. Feel like they're gaining about an inch or two on both sides of the plate, Ty. And Blake's done a good job of hitting the inside part of the plate. And now you're starting to see swings like that from Maple Mountain where they're trying to protect that inside. It's a 1-2 count to Winward. The pitch. And gets him swinging. That second strikeout of the game. This one's in the dirt, so Dahl's going to have to throw it down to first base to Mahoney. He'll do it in time. That is now strikeout number 4 on the day for Blake Swedden. How about 3 straight strikeouts in a row to 2-3-4?
Yeah, Ty, there's a lot of game left here in this, and this is certainly no disrespect here to Maple and what they've got on the other side, but Blake's the superior arm in this game here, Ty. He's the better pitcher on the mound. And you look up and down the scoreboard, only 3 hits on the board, but 5 runs. He's throwing really, really well. Ty, this is a guy that's going to have a nice college career here for Wasatch. Maple's got fantastic pitching up and down. I mean, they've just got a treasure trove of pitching over there. But he's doing it against a very, very potent lineup, which you've mentioned, but it's worth mentioning again, 19 bombs on the year. It's a hard lineup to get through without giving up runs.
Johnston had his first bomb of the season. It was a grand slam bomb in his last at bat, an opposite field shot over the left fielder's head. That gave Maple the 4-0 lead. He's in the box now with a 1-1 count. Another curveball that misses and gets to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Oh, Ty fooled him badly. Missed that thing by a significant margin. He was looking for the heater. Did not see that well. See if Blake goes back to that one.
The 1-2 does go back to it and gets him to swing at it again. That is now strikeout number 4 in a row for Blake Sweat. Sweat dealing here in the top of the 3rd. 5 Gravity Coalition strikeouts for Blake Sweat. Now has 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Jeremiah Hall, who had an infield single between the 5-6 hole.
Sometimes you've just got it, Tyler. And the weather makes a little bit of a difference today. A little hotter. Almost feels a little muggy, right? And that it's ripping when he's pulling the string. It's coming down hard and tight. Curveball looks really good. Good put-out pitch today for Blake.
That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. To, again, the big freshman, Ty. Only a freshman.
He's a freshman?
Third base.
Holy moly.
Pretty sure. Swings at the second one. 0-2 now the count.
What's in the water down here, Ty? We got a couple freshmen in this game that are full-grown men. You look at Brown on the other side of the ball. I mean, that's a big kid for a freshman, too, for Wasatch.
Little pause in the action. It's an 0-2 count. Blake Sweat trying to strike out the side here against Maple Mountain. In the heart of their lineup, 3-4-5. Excuse me, 4-5-6 up today, or right in this inning. This one too far outside. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, that curve's been good, Ty, but Hall ready for that all the way. And that one's starting way too far outside.
The 1-2 goes back to it, and Hall rips it to center field. That's a good barrel from Hall. He's now 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles.
Well, that's a really nice at bat, Tyler. Left the curveball too much over the middle part of the plate, but still, it's a tight curveball. And the freshman stays in there and drives it right back up the middle. Not a bad pitch. Not a good pitch either, but not a bad pitch. So what do you call it? Just a pitch, right? If it's not bad, not good, call it a pitch.
Yeah, number 22, Jeremiah Hall, only a freshman.
I expect some motion probably from him here pretty quick, don't you think, Ty? He moves well.
Yeah, it does move well, and he was going to score, as you mentioned, on that swinging bunt. Runner goes, Dahl. Good pitch to throw on, but he's going to airmail it. Hall are able to cut it off before it gets to center field. Stolen base for the freshman.
It doesn't take much to see different caliber players, Tyler. That kid's different on second base. You watch him as he's sliding into second. He was watching that ball all the way from Dahl, and he saw it go over, and he tracked the ball all the way through. A lot of times those middle infielders will try to fake out the base runners. There's no chance there. He was on that ball the entire way, knew exactly where it was, and he was ready to go on the next one. It's early, but I really like watching that kid play. He's a lot of fun.
It's going to bring up catcher Nate Wheeler. Reached on an error in his first at bat, and he's now down 1-2 after a foul ball and a swing and a miss. Long look from Sweat. Hall a big lead out at second base, and Sweat's going to step off the back of the mound. One thing that Coach Thomas, and we both like Coach Thomas, like we came up and he did, former pitching coach at Brigham Young University, came up and worked with our pitchers while we were on the staff. But this is a team that just doesn't make many mistakes. And so part of it's the ERA, but part of it's just clean baseball. Part of it's taking advantage of your opportunities. And it's kind of like, yeah, before you know it, Blake's throwing a gem, and you're down 5-0. Yep. And you just are like, man, where did the runs come from?
Well, you see, when you wonder what it takes to be a state contender, Tyler, you see a difference, don't you? I mean, this team, there's no team like this that Wasatch has played so far this year.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sweat gives up a single, but strikes out everybody else. How about that, Ty? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 all go down with strikeouts here the second time through the lineup. He now has 6 strikeouts on the day, and Wasatch trails 5-0 as we go into the fourth. Fourth inning action brought to you by Heber Appliance. When it's fourth down and your fridge goes out, turn your letdown into a touchdown. At Heber Appliance, furniture and mattress, increase your at-home satisfaction. We are your hometown team. And Chubby's, new to the Heber Valley, family-owned and operated, 9 Utah locations, using a 100% premium Angus beef for our burgers and cheesesteaks, award-winning all-American food, delicious desserts. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave. NBA playoffs now in full swing. So I know you're not an NBA playoff or NBA fan. NBA playoffs, NFL draft. Which spins
question.
the needle more for you?
Well, I like football more, Ty. I do like football more. It depends on what's coming out of Utah, right? Isn't the NFL draft more fun when you've got some local guys to follow around with it?
Is there any Utah guys this year? Tyler Batty, who's a Utah guy, right? Pace product, who's probably going to get drafted. Some have him as high as the 3rd round.
I don't know. Any other guys coming out from either of the 3 schools?
ETN, the lineman from BYU, is going to get drafted probably.
I wonder if BYU had Lassiter, receiver. Is he declared for the draft?
I'm not sure. See, Marion, NIL transferred. Did you see that?
Same with Taggart. They're starting middle linebacker.
A couple of big
NIL just
there.
Feasting on BYU right now.
Former Tennessee QB made it official. He's going to UCLA this next year. Fowler, Mahoney, Hafen up for Wasatch here in the top of the 4th already. It's a 5-0 lead for Maple. All 5 runs coming in the bottom of the 1st thanks to a grand slam. Grounded out to the pitcher last time did Fowler. He'll take strike 1, ball 1.
You know what's amazing about this NFL draft you bring up, Ty? They've been talking about this for 3 months out of the season and during the season as well. And guess it's going to take them forever to make their picks. Like, all these guys know what's happening. They spend an entire night on the first round.
1-2 as a swing and a miss.
Like, these guys didn't know 4 months ago who they're drafting over here.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think the commissioner does that. Like, you got to chew up all the clock. We got a lot of commercials to get in here that we're getting on ESPN.
You act like if you were making, a $25 million investment that you wouldn't take any time in order to make that decision. Ground ball to the third baseman, Hall. Fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond just in time. Nice hustle from Fowler, but another ground out, put out by Maple, and one away here in the top of the 4th.
That's a fair point, right? They're making a big investment there with that, Ty, but do you really need the extra 5 minutes on the clock to milk down? I mean, you should know as soon as they start the clock. You've done your due diligence because it's a $25 million investment.
Graham Mahoney's going to come up, has the lone hit of the day for Wasatch and the lone base runner. He's going to do it again, Ty. Hits that same 3-4 hole, a line drive, and Mahoney's now 2 for 2 today.
He's got a good approach. It's not trying to do too much with that, Tyler. Just something nice and easy. Solid line drive the other way.
You're going to bring up Colden Hafen, struck out in his first at-bat. Wasatch now with their second base runner of the day with one away here in the top of the 4th. All right, so put the GM cap on. You're going to go Abdul Carter, best defensive lineman, Cam Ward, best quarterback, or Travis Hunter, the unicorn, best DB and wide receiver in the draft. Who are you going with if you have the number 1 pick? You are the Tennessee Titans.
Definitely Carter out of Penn State.
You're going to go with the...
He's a monster. Yeah.
Has a little knee injury. Does that scare you away?
That's all this talk that the draft does, right? They try to scare you away there, Tyler. I think his field performance tells you he'll be fine. What about you? You don't like that?
Oh, I'd go Travis Hunter. Like, BYU destroyed Colorado until Travis Hunter touched it, and then he made BYU look so slow out on the field.
So
I would definitely go Travis Hunter.
Who's the best wide receiver
in
the league?
In the league right now?
Yeah.
Jefferson,
Antonio Brown, Jefferson,
Jamar Chase.
Is Travis Hunter going to shut him down?
I think he's that good. BYU looked so good in that ball game.
I don't think he's physical enough.
And then Hunter touched it and took it 70 yards.
I know.
And it wasn't like a bad BYU defense.
I'm not sure he's physical enough. Hunter took some hits where he spun like a pinball there, Tyler.
Definitely. 0-1 per count is going to be a ground ball to third baseman. Throws it to second, throws it to first. Nice 5-4-3 double play by Maple Mountain. Wasatch able to get a base runner, but not able to get anything happen after a 5-4-3 double play, and Wasatch is retired once again. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. It's still 5-0.
Is that the best double play, 5-4-3?
Yeah, I like.
You like that one the best?
I definitely like the 5.
I think I like 6-4-3 a little bit more myself, Ty. But it's fun baseball. It's good, clean baseball on both sides. We've talked about good pitching, good weather. That was kind of in our hierarchy of baseball. We've got it both going on right now, Ty. And so this is a good day at the ballpark. Wasatch trailing 5-0 in this one. Action brought to you by the Dairy King. Throughout the years, the menu at the Dairy King has expanded beyond just the traditional burgers, fries, and shakes. They now include non-traditional seasonal items like the best gluten-free menu in the state. Winner's the best in the state for over 20 years. The Dairy King and Utah Community Credit Union, an organization rooted in the credit union philosophy of people helping people. UCCU, love where you bank.
Bottom of the fourth also brought to you by Bonnie Joseph Academy. We are dedicated to providing a highest quality education to students and making sure they are fully prepared for a successful career in the beauty industry. Ty, we're down here back-to-back nights. We'll be back down here for lacrosse, and our soccer team also playing here tonight against Maple Mountain. Thought it was Maple Salem Hills for a second. Wasatch's soccer warm-ups are baby blue to, I guess, match the purple uniforms that they have.
Really?
They keep
I didn't
you on
see
your
the
toes.
soccer warm-ups. Baby blues
They keep you on your
for
toes.
the warm-ups. Right? Purple for the alternate.
Baby blue uniforms.
Black and white, home and away.
They have pink.
They did pink alternates last year.
Well, they have pink like the beanies, or I don't know what they're, pennies that they put on. And then they have the purple units. So they keep you on your toes at Wasatch Soccer.
I'd love to hear the philosophy behind that. Just sit down with the decision makers there, what's going on. It's equally as funny is how much it bothers you and I too, isn't it? That we get so upset about the colors not matching the school colors.
I know.
So I don't know what's more ridiculous, us being upset about it or the fact that Wasatch is wearing purple uniforms.
Yeah, it's caused some deep reflection on my part as a high 30-year-old man of why I care so much about this. Ball one, as it's 8-9-1 up for Maple. It'll be Leifson, Hyatt, Thomas. Leifson squares but pulls back on a pitch that's high and inside for ball one. Popped out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Swings at this one that's out of the zone. 1-1 now the count. 429 batting average for the senior center fielder.
Ty, you mentioned Coach Thomas down here doing such a good job. Before him was Gary Miner, who had some fantastic teams.
Yep, you're right.
But I don't think Maple ever won one with Gary, did they?
I don't think so either, if I'm remembering. 1-1, this is going to be a high chopper that'll go foul down the third base side. 1-2 now the count.
So what's interesting, this is a talented team. They've stocked full of talent, but I'm not sure it's better than some of those teams we saw, Ty. Some of those Maple Mountain teams that Gary had were excellent teams. So what makes the difference? What do you think? Why was this team able to get it done last year, but the maybe more talented teams that he had didn't get the win?
To me, again, just defensively and on the mound, they're just solid, Ty, and I just don't think they make mistakes. Ouch, that one's going to go off the wrist. Kind of sounded like a little bit of a bat. Did that get the nub or the wrist? But it's going to be the second hit by pitch of the day. Blake's been going inside consistently. He's gotten two that have gotten away from him. That one's going to be another hit by pitch.
Yeah, that's too bad. Up 1-2, 9-hitter. But sometimes 8-hitter, excuse me, on that one, not the 9-hitter. Yeah. Sometimes it's effective to hit someone, Ty, and that one he may have a hard time stepping back in comfortably in the box. But now you got to deal with 9-1-2 coming up. Yep. Nobody out.
Second baseman, junior Hayden Hyatt will step into the box. Flew out to right field. Right-hander comes up, nobody out, runner on first. Maple was able to produce on last one. He's going to go on the first pitch. It's a ball in the dirt. Dahl not going to be able to get out at second. And just like that, Maple's got a runner in scoring position off the stolen base.
I think I'd agree with you, Ty. I think the pitching makes a big difference. And you watch Coach Thomas. I think you give Coach Lou Green a lot of credit, Wasatch, for doing the same thing. Both those guys are pitching gurus, right? And they came into their teams, their programs, and all of a sudden everyone became a pitcher. And Maple Mountain, a staff ERA below 2, phenomenal. And it just gives you a lot of leeway when you can make moves with 5 or 6 different arms.
Another ball in the dirt and another swiped bag. And with nobody out, Leifson, who we've seen Tyler on the field, really good athlete, swipes second and third. And Maple Mountain in business, leading already 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 now the count. Sweat into the windup, delivers the 2-0, misses 3-0. Really the first time we've seen Blake struggle with command.
That one looked like he was trying to overthrow a little bit, didn't it, Ty? Lost the release point, balance was off.
And that one's low and away, so a 4-pitch walk. And that's going to bring a trip out from Coach McCoy. First trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station.
A.J. Thomas.
It's a Teacher Appreciation Week, Ty, this week, and the Wasatch Parent Network does such a good job of giving us some great things this week. And I think we need to get in front and talk to them about our sponsors, right? Like, wouldn't it be great to have Chubby's Cinnamon Sugar Scones on a Monday, and then you get Dairy King Shakes on Tuesday. You get Mirror Lake Station Donuts on Wednesday. I'm just thinking, like,
how about
I'm
Cheesesteak Friday from Chubby's?
Yeah.
Cheesesteak Friday. Oh,
That
that's a great idea there,
great
Ty.
Teacher
Yes.
Appreciation
See what
Week.
you can get built there with that.
I'm on a mission next year.
Yeah, see if you can get on that. Really good pace to this game between the two schools, Ty. Not even an hour in. Already into the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth. Both pitchers have been dealing.
Once again for the Eagles, A.J. Thomas.
So this is a dangerous spot for Wasatch, though. Leadoff spot coming up. Runners on third and first. Nobody out. And Ty, I'm curious just to see the game plan from Coach Thomas. I would assume they're going to let him swing away. Maybe see some motion over at first base, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he wants to play, if bunt comes into play at all.
Good bat control from Thomas. Runner does not go on the first pitch. It's another miss from Sweat in the dirt for ball one. Thomas 1 for 2. Had a high chopper that got over Bridgershaw's head in the first inning. Popped out to right field in the second. It's a 1-0 count. Swung on. This one's roped to left field. Stocking just turns and looks. That one's out of here. See you later, Senor Wilson. 3-run home run from Thomas, and it's now an 8-run lead for Maple Mountain.
Home run from number 1, A.J.
I'm so impressed with his game, Tyler. I mean, he is not an intimidating specimen at all. I mean, it's a small athlete out there. Just say it how it is, Tyler. But he shows you his size in baseball. You can still get everything that you need. He's got arm talent out there at shortstop. He's got great hands and hips for bat speed. And that ball got out of here in a hurry on a line drive, Ty. You don't have to be. It's not like the NFL, right? You don't need to be 6'5" to have a productive career. I mean, generously, what do you think his height is? 5'6"? I mean, he's a small player out there.
He's going to play at Salt Lake Community College. Is committed to play for the Bruins. Brings up Cole Erickson. He's 0 for 1. Was hit by pitch in his first at bat and scored. Struck out looking in his last at bat. And now finds himself down 0-2. Strike call on the outside corner and a swing and a miss on a pitch above the belt.
That is 2 home runs, though, that would not have been out on this field had the fence not been moved in. So you're looking at 7 out of the 8 runs coming because of a dimensional adjustment, Ty, which you said could go with the NBA, right? Make the three-point lines a dimensional adjustment. Let guys migrate their courts depending on their style of their team.
Man, another nice pitch there. Curveball freezes Erickson. That's his second strikeout looking. 7th strikeout of the game for Blake Sweat. Again, your strikeouts brought to you by Gravity Coalition. For the NBA playoffs, for me, Ty, it's the matchups. Like the Clippers and Nuggets. Like that's a series that intrigues me. You got Harden and Leonard that I forgot were still in the lead, and they're still playing. Meanwhile, you got Jokic and Murray on the other side, so that's an intriguing series. How about the Rockets, the young Rockets team against the Warriors? Like, that's a fun series. Other series this type, no thanks. Like, I don't really care to watch, the Magic and the Cavs? Like, no thanks.
Speaking of guys that you forgot were in the league, whatever happened to Chris Paul? Where did he land at this point,
Isn't he with the Spurs?
Is he with the Spurs now? He was with the Rockets for a brief stint.
He's been with everybody for a brief
Feels
stint. I
like
think the Jazz had him for a second.
When the
before
wind
they cut
blows,
him
he's on a different team, yeah.
2-0 the count here to Chrisman and make it a 3-0 count. Walked in his first bat intentionally. Maple had runners on second and third, and Coach McCoy didn't want to pitch to him, put him on first. Struck out swinging in his second at bat. It's now a 3-0 count here to Chrisman. And he's going to swing at that one, and I don't think that one's coming back either, Ty. That is the 3rd home run of the day. 12 home runs now on the season for the junior Oklahoma State commit, and it's now a 9-run lead for the Golden Eagles.
22 home runs on the year for Maple Mountain. 12 for that guy. And he's just getting started still in his high school career. What is the state record for home runs?
I don't know.
That seems like worth looking up with this kid at the plate, doesn't it?
Does.
This early on in the year to have 12 home runs is astounding. Tyler, he's kind of like he's having like a Barry Bonds type season, right? You've got 12 bombs. I'm gonna do a little digging while we have pitching change here.
There is going to be a pitching change. Blake Sweat will come out. Looks like maybe Jack Salmon will be coming onto the mound. And Ty, just not a bad outing for Blake Sweat. It's going to be a 9 runs on the board, but I'm just going to kind of break it down. The first inning, Thomas singled, and it was a ball that bounced on the dirt in front of the dish that then bounced over Bridgershaw's head. Not a hard hit ball at all. Hit the next guy, intentionally walked, got the strikeout, and then a bomb that Stocking, again, I think gets to. It just not a shallow home run. Can we say that, Ty? Still opposite way home run's impressive. But it was a grand slam, so there's 4-0 on just 2 hits. Then Hall singled on an infield single through 5-6, so not a hard hit ball there. An error moved the runners to second and third, got the next guy to pop out, and then it was a pass ball that brought in the 5th run. So 5 runs in the first inning on really only 1 hard hit ball. The second inning, he goes out and strikes out 2 out of the 3 batters. The next inning, he strikes out 3 of the 4 batters that he faced. And then he kind of just maybe lost a little bit of gumption here in the last inning. Had walk, and then 2 home runs. But really only 3 hard-hit balls in this game. Now, unfortunately, all 3 of those hard-hit balls left the yard. Which, analytics, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna score a lot of runs if you can have hard-hit balls leave the park.
Well, Ty, I found some answers for you if you want them over here.
It's going to be Hafen on the mound for Wasatch.
You got. I'm going to kind of put you on the spot. Guesses. I'm ballpark me. Most home runs in a high school career in Utah.
Is it north of 45? More than 45?
It is not.
So under 45?
It is under 45. Yep.
Under 40?
It is under 40.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, then he's definitely got to be close on track. He's already got 12 this year. I was thinking maybe 10 an average, right? So 30, 40 home runs.
Ty, he's going to get it before it's all said and done. 30 is the mark.
Wow.
He's got 22, and he's only a junior, halfway through his junior season. He's got 12 on this season alone. Now the tougher question is who holds the Utah home run record.
Is it somebody I would know?
I don't think so.
What?
Damian Sapp of Pleasant Grove High
Oh,
School,
yeah.
92 to 94.
Okay.
30 home runs over the course of his career. Softball, on the other hand, 45 is the record for softball. By Jolie Mayfield of Riverton just a few years ago when that one was set in 2023. But you're potentially looking at a guy, Tyler, that is going to hold the all-time Utah home run record in Chrisman by the time he's done with it. Only needs 9 more in a year and a half. Think he can do it?
Yeah.
They build those fields like Yankee Stadium, right? Pop-ups go out of here at this point.
Yeah.
He'll get there eventually.
Yeah, definitely. We have a little conversation happening here. Hafen has come into the mound, so they'll kill the DH. Jack Salmon will be taken out, and Kyron Stocking will move to second. Left fielder will now be Blake Sweat, who will stay in the game. Pitching change brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Located at 2nd North Main in Camas on your way up Mirror Lake Station Highway.
So home run records are interesting, right? Like Wasatch, who's the best home run hitter in Wasatch history over here? I'm wondering. Ty, throw out some names to consider. Obviously, you got to go with Clint Kelson, who hit some home runs in his day. Dave Wade wasn't shy. Recent memory, Peyton Swap had several home runs. Brock Carlson had some home runs. But Ty, who would you put at the top of the list over here? I wonder as far as best home run hitter in Wasatch history, and none of them are close to that 30 mark that you have over here.
I obviously didn't see Clint, but I saw Clint hit later in life. And when you're a whack hitter of the year, you got to right? Like,
yeah.
But Noah Turley hit some bombs, Ty. And
so I'm picturing like Noah Turley playing on this field.
Oh, yeah.
Ty, he would have easily had double-digit home runs, right? Easily there with double-digit. And to be perfectly honest, Peyton Swap on this field would probably have double-digit home runs. He hit 6 or 7 his senior year. Wasatch has had some good ones come through.
It'll be the number 4 hitter, Mike Winward, who will face off against Hafen. First outing for Hafen since St. George. He'll start on the mound in the windup with nobody on base. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Think about hitting a home run, though, Tyler. It's not just about power, right? You've got guys that have probably been more powerful than those names we mentioned, but you've got to be able to see it and hit it And that's what Chrisman does so well. Ty, it was 3-0, and there wasn't a pitch close. And Blake dared to come inside. It wasn't even a terrible pitch, Tyler. An inside fastball, took a little bit off, and that thing's out of the yard. So those real good hitters, when they get one good one, they knock it out of the yard.
0-2, misses high for ball one. 1-2 now the count here in the bottom of the fourth. It was 5 runs in the first, 4 runs currently here in the bottom of the fourth to give Maple the 9-0 lead. And again, if you're just joining us, Maple, the number 1 team in the RPI. And I could maybe make an argument number 1 team just overall in the state. Not sure if there's a better team in the state right now.
I want to put you on the spot here, Tyler. I mean, give me the next best team compared to this that Wasatch's faced. Wasatch came in 12-5, right? That's their record coming into this one. And they've had a fantastic year, but this is different baseball. This is different level baseball. Who has Wasatch played that even sniffs this competition?
Full count. So last I checked, Desert Hills was number 1 in 4A, but Wasatch very competitive against. Yeah. And let's not put down Wasatch like that's.
No, and that's not my point. What I'm saying is Maple is on a different level because I thought Desert Hills too, Ty, and I thought Wasatch played Desert Hills really tough. But Desert Hills isn't even in the same league as this team that we're watching down here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. West Jordan's actually ended up having a pretty nice season, Ty. They're in the top 10 in the RPI, really playing well, but similar, right? Like I didn't jump off. When you can put up guys on the mound, Ty, and have 1.95 ERA, and then guys that we've already seen that can just shoot it out of the park the way they do, it's just a tough team. It's hard to see getting beat.
And I think, Tyler, it's the clean nature that they play the game because you look at Desert Hills. They were good, but Ty, they gave away runs, right? Yep. And West Jordan was good, but they gave away runs. They struggled to throw strikes. They walked guys. You're just not seeing it. It's just clean baseball. It's smooth baseball. It's powerful baseball. And, Ty, it's pretty baseball. It's fun to watch.
Payoff pitch is going to be a ground ball to Shaw. He'll field it cleanly, throw it across the diamond in time for out number 2.
And I think that's the message you talked about if you're Coach McCoy. This is not a game, and hopefully it doesn't sound like I'm saying that either. It's not one where you say, oh, Wasatch, you can't compete with them, because Wasatch can't. Ty, they're capable of competing with them. But what does it take to beat a team like Maple Mountain? It takes everyone playing their best game. You've got to play a perfect game. You've got to be around the zone throwing strikes. You've got to hit spots. Your catcher's got to keep balls in front of them. You can't have fielding errors out in the field, right? You can't have walks. All of that is going to come into play if you want to knock off a good team like Maple Mountain.
He's going to bring up Chase Johnston. Homered, a grand slam in his first at bat, struck out swinging in his second. He'll take ball 1, strike 1. 1-1 the count with 2 away. One ball, 1 strike. Misses high above the belt for ball 2.
But you do see opportunities, Ty. If you want to start dissecting it, scoreboard's an interesting read, right? 9 runs on 6 hits. So if you're Wasatch, three of those runs are happening no matter what. They're home runs. They're out of the park. But, Ty, you have home runs that are scoring runs consistently where runners don't belong there. A hit by pitch where a run comes. An intentional walk. A high chopper that gets by. An error, right? Like there's 4 or 5 runs that have come across that if you play clean, they just don't score. And so you're looking at a 3-4 score for Maple as opposed to 9-0 if you play clean baseball. And 4-0 is still a ball game here.
Payoff pitch is going to be fouled. Hafen fell down 3-1, then landed the off speed for strike 2. Now that one's fouled off. Keeps count at 3-2, 2 away. Payoff pitch. And, ooh, pretty nice pitch. I thought that one's been called. Umpire disagrees.
I thought it was down just a hair, Ty. Just watching the way Micah received that. He had to go down. It was a little bit of a stab, and then he tried to come back up to frame it. And I think just that little move down probably pulled the umpire saying it was a ball rather than a strike.
Going to bring up freshman Jeremiah Hall. 2 for 2 today. Had an infield single and scored through the 5-6 hole in his first at bat, and then had a nice barrel to center field in his second. Playing third base today for the Golden Eagles. And that pitch misses above the belt for ball 1.
You've been saying this kind of up and down, Ty. So Johnson at first, heading to BYU. Grissom going to Oklahoma State. Thomas on his way to Salt Lake Community College.
Maple Mountain's tough. They're kind of a buzzsaw right now, but we're right there with them.
Yeah, in this game specifically, they only have 6 hits, but 3 of them have left the ballpark. Shaw's going to swing at this first pitch. It's going back, and not quite far enough. Reaches the warning track. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting for the Wasps, number 9, Blake Sweat.
Joining us, Coach Scholl. 15 years as the head coach at Wasatch, Coach?
Yep.
Around there?
Yeah. 14 years head and 1 year assistant.
That's right.
And
That's right.
three other years as just a teacher, as a good old educator.
Blake Sweat's going to swing at the first pitch as well. Wasatch again trailing 9-0 here in the top of the 5th.
So, can I tell you a story in between?
Of course.
So we'll let this pitch come.
The 0-1 to Sweat, swings and fouls that one off as well, 0-2.
So when they were building this school, they were getting ready to open up, and my friend Steve Downey, who I played with a little fast pitch softball in the day, we were competitors in high school, and then he became the athletic director down when they moved from Spanish. He moved from Spanish to here, and he called me up, and it was a January day, and he says, "Hey, I want you to be the baseball coach at this new Maple Mountain High School."
1-2 pitch is going to be swung on to Thomas at short. Throws it across the diamond in time, 2 away.
And I was, and I don't remember the exact year, tell you the truth. It was 08, 09, 10, there. Right around in there. So Sunday afternoon, I loaded Charlene, my wife, up in the car, and we drove down here. And it was a January day, and it was snowing horizontal, and those white whirly gigger electronic things were just a spinning, and it was a whiteout. And I said, I get enough fun to deal with weather in Wasatch. There's no way I would ever take this job.
Thank goodness.
And we got back in the car. I wasn't out of the car 33 seconds. And I knew I didn't want to leave Wasatch for Maple Mountain.
Thank goodness for that snowstorm. Great years for you, Coach, and got us into coaching. We coached alongside you for some years there after we were done. This one's going to be a high chopper up the middle, and there's the 3rd single of the day for Wasatch. Micah Dahl able to single up the middle. Fun story with Micah, Coach. Last week against Timpview, got a little there's a play at the plate where a Timpview guy made an attempt at a slide, I think you could say. Anyway, there was some jawing back and forth and got some emotions going. Timpview's a little bit better than what we've had in the past. And the next time Dahl comes up, Wasatch has 2 outs, nobody on, and the pitcher plunked him. And the pitcher was dealing, like pretty on purpose plunk. So anyway, he gets on base. Timpview takes the lead going into the 7th. There's 3-2 going into the 7th, and Dahl comes back up. And it's a 3-run bomb after getting beamed the couple of innings before.
Wow.
And Wasatch ended up getting the win.
That's awesome.
Scored 10 runs in the 7th in order to win 12-3.
Well, I saw that score, and I thought, well, Timpview's the same as they've always been. But
their 3, 4, 5 hitters can really swing it. Got a guy who's hitting above 500 and
that's good.
About 15 extra base hits on the year. And he pitched as well and threw well until that last inning. Wasatch was able to chase him. Eddie Bluth now up 0-2 the count. Carter still on the mound here for Maple Mountain. The 0-2 pitch swung on. That's a nice little barrel to the left center field gap. Pick him up, put him down. This will be extra bases for the sophomore. Wasatch is going to try to score from first. It's coming around is Eli Turley. The throw at the plate is going to be airmailed to the backstop. Bluth will advance to third base. It'll be a 2-out, 1 RBI double for the sophomore Eddie Bluth.
So as I look around the stands here, there's names I recognize. There's only one hat I recognize, and that's of Bluth's dad.
That's right.
That's right.
The old
Wasatch W. Everybody else has got this new look and a lot of white and different colors. But
yeah, good swing there from Eddie. That's his 2nd extra base hit on the year, 3rd RBI. Going the opposite way, Wasatch finally is able to get on the board. It's now 9-1. Brings up Kyron Stocking. He'll swing at the first pitch. Ground ball to Coach McCoy.
Kyron's older brothers played for me. They were good players, real good players. Long line of good players in that family.
Chandler's still playing. He's
still playing
his
in
last
college.
year in University of Idaho, I believe. 0-1 the count. Stocking's had himself a good year. .333, 2nd on the team with 22 runs scored in the number 9 spot. takes that one at the belt for strike 2. To the count. And this one's going to be a ground ball to the 5-6 hole. The freshman Hall fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond in time, and Wasatch is retired. But they are able to score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. Coach, we were looking at the home run leaders. You'd probably know Sapp, right, is the leader in home runs in the state of Utah. PG guy,
Damian Sapp.
92,
his daughter
94.
pitches fast pitch. She's a fast pitch softball pitcher for UVU.
Okay.
And his son, who was a big kid, he's a football player, and he transferred from Spanish, and he's playing here at Maple Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I know the
so he
Sapps
lives
real well.
He lives down here
in
in this
Spanish
area.
Fork.
Spanish Fork area.
Right now we're going to do our giveaways for Lock
We asked, Tyler posed this question. I'll ask the same question to you. Best home run hitter that you've seen through Wasatch throughout the years? Just pure, like, home run. You need a bomb in order to win a ball game. Who are some names you would throw out there from the Wasatch greats?
Well, Noah Turley comes to mind right off the top of my head.
We brought him up as well.
I've been following him on Instagram. He shows his muscles a lot. You know, when we first started playing at the county complex, that diamond, there were no home runs hit out of there. I think Guy Meekum hit one day.
But it was tough to.
But we hit a lot of doubles and triples because when the ball got by the out, in fact, you guys turned a lot of singles into doubles.
Yes. It's the only way. There weren't many home runs. It's the only way I could get a home run. I had one career home run because it was in the park.
It was in the park.
That's
yeah,
the, way
the ball got by the outfield down there at the county park, which we love to play in. We got extra bases. In our new field, which is built exactly like this field we're looking at right now.
They've actually moved in the fence Coach, about 30 feet.
Here?
Yes, yeah, recently. So it's about 310, 315, and 350.
Oh.
So 310, 315.
Well, and when we did our field, we probably should have had it in about 10 or 15 feet too. But
1-1 the count. It's going to be Leifson, Hyatt, Thomas. Brock Carlson's one that comes to mind. He could hit it out.
Brock Carlson hit a few. Guy Meekum hit some home runs. But the most memorable home run ever hit in my coaching career was Zach.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Zach Larson.
Zach Larson at Snow Canyon. Hit it over the cars in the parking lot. Squatted down, two strike approach, as Kelson would say. And he launched it about 420 over those trees into the parking lot.
You know, some people are just, it's nice when you can have a 2-strike approach that goes 410, 420. You know, my 2-strike approach was hopefully get it through the infield.
And then there was another memorable home run your senior year with our compadre here, Tyler Moss, hitting one on the street down in Vegas.
That's right.
And that ball was launched. And it looks like standing here to the side of me, he could still launch it.
3-2 count's going to be a ground ball to Stocking. Let's heat it up a little bit, but gives it over to first base to Mahoney in time, 1 away.
Number 2, Hayden Hyatt.
It's going to bring up Hyatt. He's 0 for 1, flew out to right field and walked. A couple of other names we threw out. Chase Adams, I believe, had a couple of home runs that he hit. Peyton Swap, that was during our time as head coaches, had 7 home runs his senior year.
Yeah, Chase hit 2 or 3 good home runs.
While we played, you got to assume Parker Sweat, Ryan Farr, Ryan Chag would have had more if we'd have played on a normal-sized field. But they were hitting the gaps.
County complex was big. The only person that could hit it out of there consistently was during batting practice. Coach Kelson would take 10 swings and hit 5 out.
That's right.
And the rest of us would hit one-hoppers to the left fielder.
1-1, make it a 2-1 count now to the second baseman, Hyatt.
But those were fun days playing on that field. In fact, when we built our new high school and that, I told Paul Sweat, we don't need a baseball diamond on the field. Let's just play out of the complex. But, you know, we really felt we should have it on our own field, and that was on our own property, and that was good. But the county took good care of us.
That's going to be a second walk of the game for Hyatt. So 1 away, runner on, and that brings back up to the top of the order. Thomas homered to the left field wall, a 3-run home run his last at bat. 2 for 3 now on the day and has scored twice.
The coach here at Maple Mountain's done a real good job.
Yes.
They've always had a good baseball tradition because they're, frankly, a break-off from Spanish Fork, who is the baseball machine in this state, in my opinion. They've kind of fallen on a little harder time now, and it's kind of moved a little more to Utah County. Right. Well, we are still Utah County, but more into the Pleasant Grove, Lehigh, Lone Peak, American Fork era. But Maple Mountain and with Pleasant Grove next year going 5A, losing enrollment, which just surprises me. That'll really make that league tough without Wasatch and Pleasant Grove and then this lower Nebo area.
Region foes next year, Pleasant Grove coming down to this league. 0-2 count is going to be swung on. It's going to push Brown back.
Look at that ball carry.
And oh my gosh, that's going to be a walk-off home run.
That ball just carried
Brown. It just kept going, and that's going to do it. That's going to make the score 11-1, and it'll be a walk-off 10-run for Thomas. That's Thomas's third home run on the year, 2 home runs on the day for the senior Thomas. And Maple Mountain is going to get the 11-1 victory. Wasatch will fall to 12-6, and we'll jump into our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Coach, want to thank you for joining us and stopping by. How'd your grandson do over on the tennis court?
He's done good. He's waiting to play another match. He plays little doubles, and then he plays little singles, and he's having a good experience.
Tennis is a fun sport. Trying to get my son to get into
tennis is a fun sport.
Tennis. So, Coach, great to see you.
Thanks for giving me a minute.
It was a lot of fun to have you on there. Our computers aren't working, and so we don't have any commercials. So we just keep talking. They just full of hot air and just keep talking.
Well, if I was good at one thing, it was talking. Check you later.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for seeing me. Time for a Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Is your local Timberline Ace Hardware. We are all about being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know you best. That's Timberline Ace Hardware. Again, Wasatch is going to fall to 12-6 on the season. They are also now 5-2 in region play. They dropped their first game here against Maple Mountain. Maple Mountain, best team in the state in the RPI standings and probably just in general. A 1.95 ERA. They only give up 1 run today, and it comes on an RBI double from Eddie Bluth. On the scoring side for Maple Mountain, 5 runs in the first, thanks to a grand slam from Chase Johnson. They score 4 runs in the fourth, thanks to a 3-run home run from A.J. Thomas and a solo home run from Chrisman, which is his 12th home run on the year. And then they score 2 runs here in the fifth to make it an 11-1 lead. Another home run from Thomas, who's now 3 for 4 today with 5 RBIs. And a run scored. That is your game summary brought to you by Robar's Collision, who have built their business on exceptional care, collision repair, and are proud to boast a 98.7 satisfaction rating, which is one of the best in the business. Ty, keys to the loss here for Wasatch today.
Ty, the long ball. 4 home runs that drive in the majority of their runs. You've got a grand slam, couple 2-run bombs. Ty, a solo home run. They filled it up by hitting the long ball. That's the story of the game. Maple Mountain, 4 home runs, now 23 home runs on the season. I did not think Wasatch played particularly poorly, Tyler. I thought they played an okay game. The bats were okay. They had 4 hits in 5 innings, and you go a couple more innings. You end this game, maybe 6, 7, 8 hits. Ty, that's a pretty respectable day against a good Maple Mountain team. But when they hit 4 out on you with runners on, Ty, you just can't compete with that, and that's the difference in the game.
Keys to the loss brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, a public comprehensive behavioral health center providing a variety of services designed to meet the needs of children, youth, adults, and their families. Also, this broadcast brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm who invests in their clients the best knowledge and experience needed for all areas of the law. Some players to note, Ty, today. Eddie Bluth, right? The 1 RBI for Wasatch, an extra base hit.
Mahoney had 2 hits on the day, Ty. Right. So you got to give Grant some credit there. He's 2 for 2. No one on Wasatch got a third at bat, Tyler. That's how efficient Maple Mountain was. Wasatch only twice through the lineup and then disposed of in the bottom of the 5th inning. But Mahoney, 2 for 2. Bluth, RBI double. Ty, he had a nice day there. And then I really felt like Blake pitched a good game, Tyler. He went 75 pitches. He did give up 9 runs, 7 hits, Tyler. But on the day, had 7 strikeouts. 7 Ks in 5 innings against this lineup. That's a good day at the park for Blake, Ty. Maple Mountain did a nice job of bringing in the fence, Tyler. 3 home runs here do not get out on their old field. Maybe one of them sneaks out. But, Ty, they produce a lot of runs by making a dimensional adjustment on their field. and they've played to their team strengths here over the last couple of years. It was just last year that they brought in the fence, correct? Maybe, no, so. 2 years ago, maybe I think. Yeah, 2 years ago, because Jack Bluth hit one out here a couple years ago as well, Tyler, back when he was playing. That was the first year they had moved it in. But they've shortened up this field, and it's made a difference in the game. But I like Sweat on the mound. I thought he pitched very well. Mahoney and Bluth at the plate, Tyler, both had good games.
Country Garden Nursery, your only locally owned and operated plant nursery. It has everything you need for your garden, and don't forget to stop by their indoor plant and decor shop. We'll give the play of the game to Thomas with the walk-off 2-run bomb for Maple Mountain, brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. Wasatch will be back at home on Thursday for Game 2 of this 2-game series against Maple Mountain, and then they take on Orem starting on Friday. We'll be back down here at Maple Mountain tomorrow for Wasatch Boys Lacrosse. We'll be taking on Maple Mountain. Nice little rivalry game there. Ty, parting thoughts before we throw this one back to some great music.
I wouldn't read too much into this game, Tyler, but I would use it as a learning experience if I were Wasatch. 11-1, that hurts when this team's been playing well, but this shows you where you need to be if you want to compete at the highest level, and I think Wasatch has guys capable of competing much better than they did here today, Tyler. And so I think if you're Wasatch, you have to have these games if you want to grow. And let's see how they bounce back on Thursday. They're going to get them again at home on Thursday and see how the team competes. Much bigger field. Long ball probably won't be as big of a factor in that one for Maple Mountain in this one. Both of Thomas's home runs don't leave Wasatch's park, Ty. And so it's a different game when you play on a different field. So see if Wasatch can bounce back.
12-6 now on the year for this Wasatch baseball team. We'll be back on the air tomorrow. Wasatch baseball back in action on Thursday here on 94.5.